never mind. Fish, fish, fish. Got some water with extra skippy flavor. Delicious. Eat the stinking bait, stupid. Take it down. That looks like something. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful day or morning here on the Tennessee River in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're fishing Fort Loudon Lake today, chasing some big old blue cats and maybe a flathead if we get lucky, even though you usually catch those at night this time of the year. We got some fresh cut skipjack and we got some current right now. I showed up with rods rigged for dragging, anchoring, downlining, whatever, just because I didn't know what the conditions were going to be. And we have some current, so we may start out anchoring on some fish if I can mark them on some heavy cover. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm running down this break line just to see if I can mark some big fish on a rock pile or something. We'll put a waypoint on them and then come upstream slightly from them, spot lock or throw the anchor and throw some baits right down in front of them, see if they'll eat. And then when the current quits, because it's going to stop at some point, we'll go to dragging, and then it'll probably get too hot later in the afternoon, and I ain't trying to stay out here when it's 92 degrees because I forgot my hat and I have a giant 5-head and I'm gonna get burned. So hopefully they bite before then. We'll see it. And that's what we're looking for right there. Big Daddy sitting right on the ledge. We can go throw some baits down to him. All right guys, even with the current, it's still not enough to throw or to pull that anchor sock all the way out. So we don't have a ton of current basically. Which means I'm thinking today we're going to have to be moving quite a bit, and I'm not going to need very heavy weights to get my baits out there on the bottom. I like to use as light a weight as possible to keep it a good spread on my anchor rods, but not so heavy that it would dissuade light biting fish, if that makes sense. So we don't want a fish that's not crazy active, that doesn't want to slam it, to put the bait down because our weight's too heavy and it's just being finicky. I've got, how many I got rigged up here? I got 5 anchor rods rigged up. I'll probably cut one of the dragging rods off just for a second, but we've got fish moving up and down up underneath us ever so often, so that's a good sign. We're sitting right where a little point comes out. It's got a little deeper trough. It's not huge, but it's there, excuse me, burping, and might just be enough to hold a big fish or two. But that's a good sign. There's like steady fish moving underneath us. They're not staying in one spot, so that makes me think they're active right now. The sun's come up, it's about 8 o'clock. I got here a little bit late. I've not been an early morning riser lately, so I got to work on that. But I want to get out here before it got too hot. Man, I ain't a big fan of getting burned. Just ain't good for a ginger. We're gonna get our baits out. Uh-oh, I hit something on the trolling motor. Maybe. No, the trolling motor's just being dumb. Sometimes it does that. Strangling itself up there. I'm gonna use 5 to 6 ounces of weight. It'd be cool if we could get it on the anchor. This thing is going absolutely nuts for no reason. I love technology when it works, but damned if it ain't a pain in the ass when it doesn't work. And if I've got enough current just to throw a line out, a normal anchor, I'll usually do that. But we're gonna have to move around a little bit today, I think. because I don't anticipate the anchor bite to be hot, because it's not been for me nor any of my other friends who catfish regularly. You've had to be moving or get out there when the current's really bumping, and it ain't really bumping right now, y'all. Just some things that you can use to catch fish where you're at. Try it one way. If it ain't working, try it another way. All right, let's get us some bait now. We got a fresh skipjack I caught last night with my cousin John. Beautiful. He's got to be at school today, so he can't be out here with me right now. We'll cut us a big double bait and a couple good sized chunkies. Cut us a head bait, body section. All right. Drop the butthole piece down the floor. Okay, let's get us some bait. Yeah, even more fish moving underneath us. Well, hell, you never know, guys. May get bit here. That looks relatively promising to me. I'm gonna get this guy out there. Now, I'm not gonna have to cast very far. I'm like 50 feet from that mark, and they're all up underneath us too. Moving through this little trough that kind of cuts in right here, and then it cuts back out. Kind of weird. I don't know what forms it, but it's there for sure. Let's lighten this drag up a little bit. Okay, got that in there. Turn that remote off so I don't hit something on it. Got a new battery for the boat. It's an AGM, and I've been testing it, and it definitely lasts 5 times longer than the other battery I had. It was on sale 20% off at West Marine, so I bought it. And you know, I got sick of the whole battery dying after I used that graph for a little while I'm trolling. So that's done now. We may go to lithium at some point. I just hadn't done enough research to justify dumping that much money in it, and I'm honestly waiting for a company to send me one. That's one of the perks of doing YouTube. That helps with the cost of out here fishing all the time when companies help you out. And you know, we sell their products when we use them on here. But you know, I'll tell you if it's a piece of crap, if it's a piece of crap. Or if it's a good product, I'll tell you it's a good product. Just kind of jibber jabbering right now, as Katie would say. But hope you guys are learning a little bit while I'm jibber jabbering. I've got a little wind knot in this line, so I'm gonna let it sink down. Get that out. I need to put more line on all these reels tonight. They had a hard time dragging the other day when I was going up over those road beds. We're gonna put that one kind of like right up on the point. And then I'm gonna tie us another double rig. Oh yes, this trolling motor's on crackhead mode. Get a nice head bait. Ooh, baby. That's a get Muncher 9000, hopefully. And we're gonna give each spot 30 minutes that I spot lock or anchor on. During the summer, if a fish is active, that's usually long enough to tell. A lot of times, as soon as you get your rod out there, bam, they're on. If you're in the right spot doing the right thing. Sometimes I'll sit on a spot for longer, but I think if you're doing the right thing and you got the right bait out there under the right conditions, they ought to eat it within that 30 minutes. Or you ought to have some kind of sign of life, bites or something. But what do I know? Okay. It'd be cool if we could just do this spot lock thing all over the place and don't have to drag boards and whatnot. Dragging boards is crazy effective, but man, it can be a pain in the ass sometimes, especially by yourself, and I'm solo right now. But we'll do it if we have to. I'll do whatever the fish want. You got to make sure you don't get stuck just doing one thing because you like doing it. That don't mean the fish like doing it that day. Checking on the drag, that's good. Got broken off twice last time we were out, you guys, twice. One of them, the line was just ripping dragging the board. I was pulling it up over these road beds, just dragging the baits over it, and the board got smoked on the outside of the road bed and then rip drag all the way over to the road bed and ding, gone. That was in the last video if you want to go and watch it, but we ended up catching several good fish, several fish over 40. That one I am sure was the biggest fish of the day, the way it smoked it, or it was like a 40-pound striper. But anyways, we will catch you here in a second when we get a bite. Never mind. Fish. Did he come off? No way. No freaking way. No freaking way. He freaking slammed it too. Look at all that slime all over the line. Dadgummit. So the current, I don't know if you can see it, it's picked up quite substantially. The leaves are going back like 2 times faster than they were. So that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll get a bite again. Well, dadgummit, it took 27 minutes and me complaining on the camera to get a bite, and it pulled off while pulling drag. Big sad. That's the timer, y'all. I gave it 15 more minutes after that one slamma-jamma. Had one dink bite, but nothing else. We are gonna go drift a little. All right, we've made it to a super deep hole. It's the deepest one in the area. I started out in 40-ish, now I'm going down to 63. And we're gonna downline right in this hole. It's very slender and it's not super long, so we're gonna download to the base end of it, troll a little bit, and then come back up and just see if we can get one. Probably gonna be relatively snaggy, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna drop these suckers hopefully down into the get munch zone. Bring them a couple feet up off the bottom just to keep it in the strike area. There's decent current down here. I mean, it ain't crazy, but it's good looking current. We should be able to keep these 5s and 6s on in this spot. And then we'll just work our way down to the base of it and then slowly work our way back up. Just depending on how hard the current is, honestly. If the current's super wacky, then we'll just have to drift to the base of it and then come back up with the main motor and do it again. Not very long, so I'm gonna go very slow down it, just keeping that bait right in front of them, hopefully. Let them look at it. If they're not super active, give them a little bit of time to eat it. giant glare right in us. We're just gonna run 6 baits. I think that's gonna be enough for me to handle, because this is not a wide open flat area whatsoever. Marking some fish down there on the bottom. I'm just spot locked right now so I can get the baits out, and then we'll start moving after that. That one needs a new bait. Sometimes I just want a difference in presentation, you guys. Anchoring wasn't really super productive. We got 1 bite. I got a bass guy coming by me right now. You're gonna wake the crap out of me. Alright, let's cut us 1 more bait. Probably gonna put a 6-ouncer on this one. Nah, we'll keep it 5. We'll just see. More weight keeps it down there right on the bottom better. However, it gets snagged way more easily. And this is a snaggy area, so I'm gonna throw these tails out here. I'm gonna put quite a big chunk on this one, because this time of the year, you guys, when these fish are post spawn, they're hungry, and most of these fish should be post spawn by now. Not all of them, but a lot of them should be. It is August the 23rd or something like that, late August 2024. You're watching this in the future down the road, but water temps are in the mid to upper 70s, 80s in other areas. We're on the upper end of the lake here where it's cooler, because there's a couple dams upstream that push current down here, and it's just cooler water. So that's what we're doing. And we're hoping we can wrangle up a catfish or 2. We already lost 1. It was a decent fish. I bet it was over 20 because it's pulling drag. So we'll be right back. Got some water with extra skippy flavor. Delicious. We just had one come and look at a bait right there. Those are feeding fish or on something, or a fish coming and looking at something, because the boat's not moving and you can see them coming up and down, up and down, up and down. He's trying to figure out if he wants to go down and look at a bait, I think. I may need to bring one up. Just brought this bait up and he came down and he's looking at it, I think. Eat the stinking bait, stupid. I got one that ate it. I think he came up in the water column with it. Got him. That dude came up and ate it. He came up in the water column and ate it. Wacky. I don't know how good this guy's hooked. Backing the drag off a lot. First fish. So weird. Yeah, look at him. He came up about 15 feet in the water column after he ate it. He's just kind of chilling. We're on the base end of that hole now. All right, come here. The grippies are not in an ideal location. We'll use the grippies that Mr. Spencer left with me. Got him right in the corner of the mouth. He didn't fight at all. Oh gosh. Oh, that hook got him good. He ain't going anywhere. Pretty fish. We'll take him for a first fish. Lost the drag peeler. Oh, he's peeing everywhere. Gross. Quit it. Look at this weird boil he's got. I did not do that. Yucky. Let's weigh him. All right, let's see what he weighs. I'm betting he's about 16. Let's see. $15. I was a pound off. Not bad. I don't know what that weird boil is, but that's gross. We're gonna let him go. See ya, dude. Get better. Oh, we have a bite. Got him. Got him. That one might be a little decenter. Mark. He's staying down. Just easing him up here. Sped us up to 0.8 and just ran us up on this point, basically. I was like, well, maybe there's an active fish up here. They're hitting it weird. They're eating it and coming up in the water column. I snagged that guy. Little dinky do. He's swirling at it. They're swirling at it like a bass. Quick release. See ya. We're gonna call him 6 pounds. We have changed the initiative. Downlining wasn't really working. We caught a 16 pounder and a 6 pounder. So, I mean, it's fish, but none of them tore drag like we were anchored. And the only thing we haven't tried yet is dragging. Now we're trying dragging on a different type of topography here. I've been on the outside bin this morning, or down deep in the holes. So now I'm taking us down these shallow break lines that are like stair steps up to the shallows. Instead of just like 1 or 2 little ledges coming up, it's like 4 or 5. And we're on the, not the quite the base end, but the second one up out of the deepest hole, and we're dragging down it to see if we can pick up any active catfish. I just got the baits out. We hadn't had a tap yet, but we're running 4 boards, 2 off each side, 2 down lines, and then 1 dragging rig just straight out the back. All different sizes, all different kinds of baits, yada, yada, yada. And my forehead's already getting burned, and I put 50 SPF on. So we're gonna have to hope for the best here. Hope for a slam a jam. I'm gonna give it 20 minutes coming down this shallow portion of the break line, and then we're gonna veer off over into the deeper stuff where I know there's fish over in the deeper water, but they weren't super active. So I was trying to find some more active ones on the shallower break. But it's just trial and error, and right now we're erring. We have a fish. He may have come off. Son of a gun. We got a fish. Way off to the right. Can't catch up with him. Okay, I got him. I got him. It's come way off to the right. He thumped it. Oh, brother. He stays on. This is what's hard about doing this by yourself. Okay. I got him. First fish, Dragon. We had two bites. Not really wanting to do anything. That one got bit up there. This one ate a head bait. I'm fairly sure. Can't tell how big he is. I mean, he ate it way over there and swam clear across over that way. Kind of pulling with him. We're going about 0.5, 0.6. There he is. Oh, he's a little feller. No wonder he ain't doing much. He ate it though. He wasn't kidding. We come across a big guy that wants to eat. Look right there, guys. There's another prime example of you can't use a bait that's too big for catfish. Right here. This is a absolute premium example of there ain't a bait too big for a catfish to eat. I mean, that 5-pound fish just munched it. No problem. Just sloop, gone. Let him go. That, if you're gonna eat one, guys, that's perfect. That's sandwich size right there. Deli shoe. See ya. Let's get us a little bit of a bigger head bait. What do you say? I think that's a big daddy chunk. Ugh. There we go. Got a little tangly here. Hold please. Okay, we got her out. Big old bloody skipjack head. Come on, piggy. Way on yonder. We have a little one swimming off with it. Look at him going off in the channel. Look at him. Look at him. He's too small to eat it. Look at him. Look at him. Take it down. Take it down. That looks, oh, that looks like something. This one's coming at us. Battery came off. Hold on. No, he's on it. He's just going to go on this other rod. He's going to 100% go on this other rod. Oh yeah, he's on it. There he goes. I think this one's about the same size. Who knows? They're biting real funky. I've had them do this and it'd be an 80-pound fish. You don't know until you get straight up and down with them, and then they start ripping dragging. You're like, whoop. Can't hardly tell until you get them to you. He dug a little bit there. Here, I'm in that line. It'd be cool if we got a flathead. Please be a flathead. I ain't caught one of them in a while, y'all. They's my favorite too. Oh, he's trying to dig a little bit. What we got? We got another blue cat. Another blue cat. And a mess. We're gonna have to see if we can figure out this mess too. Oh, we got a snag as well. That's done for. Ooh, my maggot done for. Oh boy, no, that was a double bag too. Right here. I think he might be on that. Gosh, what a mess. What a dadgum mess. How are we gonna get out of this one? Get out of there, cat. All right, come here. What are we working with here? What are we working with? Oh yes. That is an extreme mess. But I bet if I can... Okay, I got that one in. Now what I'm betting we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to cut the spinner rod off. Which ain't a big deal. Alright. Spinner line is free. We're gonna cut the mono too, closest to the swivel as I can get it. Alright, that's out. I think we're good now. I think we're good now. Whew, what a mess. You messed me all up, sucker. Take a looky at them. What we got? We got 13 pounds. Lucky number 13. Come on, baby. All right. I'm thinking eventually we're gonna have one come up and pop us. A big one. We got a dinker hitting the big bait. Trying to get my spinner back in action. Lucky spinner. And our double bait's just getting torn up by a dink. Sadly. We're coming up on a shallow mud flat. I'm gonna see if there's any up shallow here. There's obviously one dink. We're doing what's called splitting the difference with this buoy. I'm gonna bring it as close as I can to the boat and then send it back down that way so it stays out of all the lines. The one I really gotta watch is our dragon rod off to the right, so I'm keeping the buoy as close to this side of the boat that I can manage and far enough out to where it'll go underneath these lines right here, but we should be fine. Should be fine. We're coming at this creek mouth right now. See ya. The only one we really got to worry about is that one over there. What would be unfortunate is if this gets smoked and wraps around that buoy. Definitely a possibility. We're up in 20 feet of water right now. Maybe there's a big dude sunning himself. Those things are probably in 8 or 9. Those are back down close to 30. That's an aeroplane up there. Ooh. That thing popped the board. Let's see if he eats it. He's swimming off with it. Come on, take it down, take it down, take it down. I got him, I think. This one ate a whole skipjack. It's coming at me. All There we go. Caught back up with him. Mark. That guy ate it up on that ledge, probably in 20 something feet, and then brought it back down. Another phone sizer, another eater size really. And he ate a whole skipjack, a big jumbo bait. Wacky. Again, you can't use a bait too big. Look at that. He's just barely got it in the corner of his mouth. I'll probably lip him when I try to flip him in. 1, 2, 3. This fish ate a whole daggone skipjack. Crazy. That's what they call whisker hooked. You get a big fish that does that to you, you're gonna lose him. He's gonna rip it out unless you got no drag. Another 6-pounder. Well, I'm gonna put out a dummy big bait. That one's getting snagged or it's got a fish on it. One of the two. I'm betting snagged. Came off. That's good. Well, this one back over here is dragging over some nasty stuff. I guess let's throw another big bait out. What else are you gonna do? We'll burn some bait. We'll burn some bait. Trying to burn some drag. No more of these daggone dinks. Fort Loudon can be tough to fish. It's also got big giant fish in it. The biggest fish of the year came out of here. 85 pounds. Mill the spawn. Alright. One of those places where you just be doing this all day and then out of nowhere just you get a bait just destroyed by a giant. Alright, well, guess we'll get it back out there. We're in 43 feet of water. They seem to be on the edge of the deep stuff, or in the deep stuff. Not much super shallow. Not much. We might have a fish on this one. Yep. Like I'm swimming off of it and I just crossed his eyes. Feels like it weighs about 2 pounds. He's like, I'm way back there. Oh, it's a monster. I wonder how small this guy is. I'm the dink master today, boys and girls. The Sultan of Slime. Papa Dink. Get up here. One ate a head bait. Little dinks are just eating big baits. It's annoying as heck, I'll tell you what. Come on. How far back was he? Good gosh. I'm getting a bicep workout just doing this. Come on. Gets to the boat, it's a 100-pounder. Starts ripping drag, goes all the way back to the bottom. I'm manifesting it, you guys. Oh man, look at this thing. How did he even eat my bait? How did you even do that? You're 3 pounds. Goodness gracious. Get out of here. It's hotter than blue blazes. It's 91 degrees. My app says it feels like 95. And we're fishing a submerged bridge and I don't know, about 50 feet of water. We're at 45 right now, kind of on the back end of it. Sitting back behind it, hopefully for a current break. And I just tangled my trolling rotor remote up in this line. Having a hard time talking because it's so dang hot and I'm thirsty. Probably gonna be our last spot for the morning bite. I'm gonna go fishing again this evening, bait fishing. And we may do a little drift or two or some cats. Not sure yet, we'll see. But we're dropping some big jumbo baits down this hole. And I sure hope that big fish will come up and eat them. We're gonna run 2 down lines and 6 out the back, marking fish down there. What they are, I don't know. We're gonna put a dumb bait down too. Ooh. And do a tail bait, just a dummy bait. See if anything will come play. Hey, hey, hey. Oop. On the bottom. Put in the rod holder. Now wait.